Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you all are doing great. I am doing okay. Today we are doing a go by semi tutorial on how to make flowers. I do want to go over a few things. I am not the originator of this idea. I did use some scan and cut petals before. I do have the retro flower punch from EK Tools. This is the number in case you're interested. I got mine from Amazon and they were in stock the last time I checked. So for this project, you need at a minimum 6 to 7 petals. The tutorial that I watched, she used 9, but I don't think 9. I think 9 is a lot. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get started. And we're just going to take this petal, get it out the way. I'm going to take this first petal, and if you have a scan and cut, a Cricut, or a Silhouette, you can just look up 5-petal flower on the internet. That's free, and get a template. Or you can make your own template. You can put a circle and then get those little eye drop pieces, like the eye drop things, and weld them together, and you'll have a 5-petal flower. No need to buy something if you already have a machine that can do it. But I really wanted to get this machine, the hand punch, because if you're sitting down watching TV, a perfect opportunity to go ahead and punch out a whole bunch of these. If you have some ugly paper that you don't really like and you're trying to figure out what to do, there you go. So we've coiled all 5 of these up, and now what we're going to do is we're going to just take one piece and coil it up. Then we're going to take another piece and coil it, and then you see how we just made that little like 3-piece go together. We're going to take our glue gun and we're going to glue right here on this side and this side. Now I do recommend you get a glue gun. I would say, well, I can't really say, but I would recommend a glue gun that you trust, that won't burn you, which they all are. You can't trust a glue gun not to burn you, especially if you have it on high temp, right? Even low temp could burn you, but just be careful because it's hot. PSA. All right, so then we're gonna go ahead and coil this one up, and we're gonna take this one and coil it up. Okay, so the tighter your coil, the first one that you do, the tighter you push it in, the smaller the opening will be. This one's kind of wide, and I don't care for that wide opening, so we're just gonna take that, and we're gonna just take this last piece, and we're gonna put glue on this side and this side, and we're gonna press down on it. Shoot, there's a lot of glue coming out. That's okay. We'll fix the glue boogers later if we need to, and we probably will on this one. All right, and so this is our bud, right? Now I have always worked on less is more, but in flower making sometimes you need more petals, right? In this instance, you can do 9 if you want to do 9. I just fit. Is it 8 or 9 that she used? I don't know. I feel like whenever you get to that point and you're like, okay, this is enough, then stop. So now we're just gonna put some glue on the bottom here. It's a lot of glue, and we're gonna put it to opening, and we're gonna let this sit here because it's hot, and I don't want to burn all of my sensory nerves on my digits. And now we're just going to repeat that process. We're just taking this and coiling it around it, and on this one I tend to check it out to see how it's going to look first before I actually glue it down. And so I'm just picking this up and wrapping it around just like that, just like that. Now if you have like a super gluer, not super glue, but a super gluer technique, you probably could figure out how to get all of that just glued so it won't come off, but I don't know how to do that. So we're just going to let it fall out a little bit, and we're going to put this one up, and we're going to push this up some, and we're going to take our glue gun and put the glue right there. Now in this one you only need to do one side. One side is all that's needed, right? And it's hot, so be careful. We're going to just turn We're going to put this up like this, and we're just going to glue this one piece down. Now you can glue two sides if you like, if you don't trust that it'll stay. But in this instance, I don't feel like it's necessary because we're going to reinforce it with more glue on the next one. And then you just take this and you're going to glue it on both sides. Right, because this side is open and this side is open. So you need it on both sides. Just to make sure you're giving it an extra little hug, right? Okay. And then just applying some pressure. If you have finger protectors for your fingers so they don't get burned, I say use them. If you like using them. I am going to try and be a little bit more careful with the glue distribution as well as where I'm putting my hand, because I do not like the glue boogers. And I feel like if the glue is seeping out, then it's not doing its job at holding it in. I do recommend hot glue though. I don't recommend wet glue for these projects, only because wet glue takes a while to dry. You could do wet glue if you wanted to. It just takes a little while to dry. If you use art glitter glue or any other fast drying glue, it'd probably be fine. But I haven't did it, so I can't say, oh yeah, do it. So we're going to put some more glue at the base. And now we're on petal number 3. And when I'm putting mine down, I'm looking at where I'm going to fold up the next petal, because you kind of want it to kind of cover up that piece. So, you know, it's just like a rotating thing when you're making a flower. So now we have this and it's stuck and cooling down. So we're going to do the same thing. Now, we could be a little bit less worried about the flowers coming apart, but I just always do the same thing. I just kind of smush it up and I look at it. I'm like, oh yeah, that looks good. And so there we go. And if you want to, now is the time where you decide if you want to glue another petal down. I did 3 on this one. Do you want to do another round like this? And if you say yes, then hey, go for it. If you feel like this is not enough, then definitely put more glue down. And we're going to just go ahead and put more glue down. All right. And if you notice, the flowers all kind of lay under each other. So that's a good thing. And that's what you really want. You don't want it to not do that. So I'm going to put some glue here. This glue gun is driving me crazy. So we're going to put this, and then we're going to put another spot right there. I'm going to go down some. This has a wider opening than the other glue gun that I normally use, so I plan on getting a different glue gun. So we'll see how that works out. And now we're going to put glue on each side. Okay. And we're going to press up. All right, so now we have this one. We're going to put glue here on the base again. You know, I saw a string glue stick and I was like, oh, that's cool. So we just put it where when our petals come up, it's going to come up over the sides like that. And again, I kind of, at this point, I think we're on number 4. Yeah, I kind of beat the paper up a little bit more. I want it to kind of be a little bit less nice and neat. I want it to be more like it got rained on and it's blossoming, or the birds have pollinated it, or excuse me, yeah, the birds or the butterflies have came over and sniffed and pollinated it with whatever they do to make it smell pretty and look pretty and all that good stuff. So I kind of just beat the paper up at this point. Once we get this inside piece good, I really kind of just give it a good squeeze. I know that sounds kind of brutal, but yeah. And then I just open it back up, and now we're going to put one drop in the center and apply some pressure. And we're going to come around and we're going to put some glue right here. So we skip one. Notice that we skip one. But you don't have to. You can put it on. If you feel like you want glue on each petal, then do it. You know, I'm just showing you the way I do it. So we did that one, and now we're going to put here, and then we're going to put glue on both sides. Well, across the bottom, I should say, not on both sides. I feel like this glue gun has a cigarette in because it's like hanging off. It don't want to. This glue stick is like, no, I don't want to melt. All right, so now we're going to keep going. And at this point, I have, what, 5 left. I think we're only going to use 3 more, but we'll see. And I just coil these things over now. I don't even pretend anymore that the flower is anything other than some paper. And we're going to make it beautiful. So we're just going to curl it all over. And so they're all kind of curled over. And one more. And I do, when I did the flowers for the collaboration, I did them all at one sitting just about. I did do a Facebook Live, I think, but other than that, all in one sitting. And I feel like you have to do that. Like punch everything out one day or cut everything out one day and then come back and make them. Because it can be time consuming. Very, very time consuming. All right, so we got this. And you see I have this facing down. I want it facing down because I want the coils to fold over. I don't want them to fold up. So we got this. And now we're just going, and you see it's not coiled yet, but we'll get there. We'll get there. And now we're just going to press up. Again, the same process, right? The same little process. So this is a very good thing to do. Like, say if you guys are getting back out with your friends and you're like, let's hang out, let's cut some paper, let's do this, let's make some flowers. That would be really cool. All right, so we have we're gonna fold this up and we're gonna make this come like to right there. So we want to put the glue right here. All right, wherever you put your glue at, just remember that that's where the paper's gonna stop coiling over at. So if you want it lower and you want the coil to fall more, then that's what you do. But since we're going to put another layer on here, we don't want it to fall completely out yet. We want it to still have some dignity, right? And I'm going to just go ahead and put it on all of them. Oh my goodness. Yesterday, I got a crazy comment. Yesterday being Monday, the first of the week, right? And no, what's today? I don't know. I think it was Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember. But anyway, I laughed so hard. Like, if you haven't laughed in a good while, some of the silliest things that people will say will have you cracking up. And I felt like I needed that laugh because I have been stressed for a while. So yeah, that laugh was definitely needed. So you see how we had that glue just kind of hanging out. When you put the glue down, make just hold it so it dries. You know, even though it's still, the hot glue is faster than all the other glue, it still needs time to cure. It still needs time to stick. And if it doesn't, then it's going to look like spider webs. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and put more glue on the base. And as you can see, the base is getting wider and wider and wider. And I don't really care for that too much. I want the base to be, I still want to be able to work in the base. Like if you see right here, how we have this, it's not that wide, but this is a smaller one. So just keep that in mind. Like this base got big too, because I feel like the circle portion is huge, right? Look at that. It's pretty big. It's probably what, almost 1 inch. So just keep that in mind. Depending on which flower size you use will determine how wide your base is. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just push up, push up, push up, push up, and push up. And if you notice, we're covering up our seams because we don't need anyone knowing our secrets. And we're just going to push up around here. And now we're going to come back and we're going to put some glue right there. All right. Press in. And even though, you know, we're beating up on this paper and everything, we're still going to go and do some more manipulation to it at the very end. So don't be too concerned or too worried that it's not looking like you want it to look. It will. It will. So if it's like ugly, just keep at it. You know, I think sometimes we can get frustrated with ourselves, especially on a new thing that you may never have tried before. Don't. Just keep at it and you know, give it a good 4 or 5 tries first, and then if it doesn't work out, then just try something else. But even if you have an ugly flower, I mean, it's okay. And we're going to put some right here. We're going to go ahead and do the next one. And so you see how I have them all closed in. Don't worry about that either. I think we'll do 8. Yeah, we'll do 8. All right. So it's end of the school year. I'm so excited. I have tried to decide. Well, I've been debating. I need to talk to the big roommate or not and see if he wants to give it. We already gave the teacher, you know, Teacher Appreciation Week was, what, the first week in May, I believe. I'm not sure. And I'm trying to decide if I want to give her like a thank you gift or whatever. I mean, we did give her appreciation thank you gift for being a teacher, but you know what I'm saying, like another gift. I don't know. We'll see. We took her out to eat. Well, we didn't take her out to eat. We just picked up some food and brought it to her. And she sent me the crying emoji. I think it's nice to appreciate the teachers. This last year and this year probably have been the roughest year on the education. Not saying it's not been rough on other people, so I'm not saying that. I'm sure the hospitals, everybody, frontline workers all around the world probably have been treated like crap. And then the thing I think sometimes with that, we probably don't think about what or who a frontline worker is. I think the frontline workers are people that we have to see every day, that we need. Repairmen, especially like my air conditioning went down. I couldn't even imagine going through a Texas summer without an air condition now that I'm older. When I was younger, we had box fans and air conditioners in the window. We didn't have central air. And I know, you know, 70 years ago, central air didn't exist, but dang it, it does now, and I want to take advantage of it, right? And so the last one we have, we'll go ahead and do all 9 of them because I just want to show you how they are, and then we'll be done. I know it's only one flower for a 20-25 minute video, but it's okay. All right. So we got this right here. And I'm not going to do anything to this, but just put it just like this, okay? So don't worry. And then we're going to take this piece. You know, I can't draw a straight line or cut a straight line, and apparently I can't put stuff in the center properly either. So make sure you center it. Put it in the center is a lot better. And my glue gun is just being so disrespectful right now. So disrespectful. Just being rude for no reason. All right. And I'm going to do one more just because, you know what? I punched out all these little purple flowers. And let's see if we can. All right. We got them all covered up. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to work our magic. We're going to put some pressure here. And we're going to make this look somewhat like this one. You ready? Now at this point you could use whatever you like, any kind of thing that you want to use. I recommend a pencil a skinny pencil or a paintbrush or whatever to give it a coil, or if you have one of these things, this is not really going to be the end all be all of a thing. We're going to end up using our paintbrush because it just works out better like that. But yeah, so we're going to go from the bottom. We're just going to coil it over. You know, I was talking to someone or watching something about people and cooking, and I was just like, oh my goodness, can you imagine chefs like, and I was thinking, because you know what happened, did we go somewhere? I think that's what happened. We were discussing going somewhere to eat or whatever. So now I'm just going to stick my paintbrush inside of here, and I'm going to divide this up some. And now what we're going to do is we're going to come back into this so it doesn't look like two flowers just heaped on top of each other. And remember what I said about your glue. Be careful about your glue placement. And my glue gun, this glue gun is about to go out the window in the trash can or something, because we don't need it to try to show out. But anyway, could you imagine going to a restaurant and someone thinks their food is delicious and it's like not? I think my big roommate and I were discussing like going to eat at crappy restaurants because they don't really have good Chinese food here. To us. You know, I lived in Italy a while, and so some of the best Chinese food I ever had was in Italy. I just think because, you know, Italians, Europeans, especially Italians, they go to the market every day. And I'm quite sure in a lot of those European areas they do that. They go to the market every day or like every 2 days, and they get fresh tomatoes, fresh basil, fresh oregano, and they grind it down, and they do everything. They are picking up some of our Western ways, which we're corrupting people. Now you see how you have your flowers here. If you want, you can come here and push up, right? Because we have all these extra petals here that you can do that with, and you can just recoil it once it's good to go. Now I do recommend, even though I hate saying this, a glue gun with a better point, a better tip on it, because it makes it a lot easier. And so now that we've did this, now what we're going to do is we're just going to come back in and push all of this up once more. And so we're just pushing this up just like that, right? And I'm going to go back one more time, and I'm going to coil it again. I just think that, you know, the more you manipulate the paper without tearing it up, without tearing it and making it still look like a decent presentation of something, it will give it that look you're going for. All right. So that is that. Now I do want to try something that I don't normally do. I pulled out this daggone glitter and I want to dip the glitter. So what I am going to do is just pray that I do not get any in my eyes. I've been having some very bad eye issues. Whenever I think of glitter and stuff like that, I just get really nervous. Now, what I would say is if you're going to dip glitter, I would recommend you use a plastic or trash plate that you can just put your glue in one. And you dip your glue, and then you have another plate and you just dip the glitter. She don't have that because she was like, oh, we're going to do this last minute. So what we're going to do is just take this. I would probably use Mod Podge, to be quite honest. Come on, Aileen. Don't get up here. I feel like sometimes my products they get mad at me when I don't use them as frequently. Because I've been crafting. You know, Crater. Oh my goodness. Crater. Is a whole different beast, right? It's a whole different beast of a thing. So you see how we got that? Of course, you can put more glue on there if you like. We're going to just do some silver because why the heck not? And I guess we're going to throw this in the trash. the glitter because I needed to put it somewhere not where the glue was, right? Now this glitter comes in a pack of 4 from the Dollar Tree. If you had that expensive glitter that I want to get, I do want to get some expensive loose glitter from uh, Walmart. I would recommend you definitely recycle that glitter and put it somewhere else. All right, so you see, then when it dries, it's gonna have this little sheen to it, and we missed a spot. Let's get that. Let's get all the glitter we can before we toss it in the trash. All right, and that's our project. All right, so that is the tutorial. I only wanted to do one because I did do a lengthy explanation of it. And I hope that you enjoyed this. And if you have any questions, if you want me to go slower or you want me to do something a little bit different, and you feel like maybe I didn't explain it as good as you thought I would, I don't mind doing another one. I do think that these take a while. I would say at least 15 minutes per flower, 15 to 20 minutes per flower once you get everything punched out. So just keep that in mind. All right. So I hope that y'all have a great day. I hope that everything is going great for you. And if not, I hope that it gets better for you. I want to say thank you for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.